Hi there. I want to say a few words today again in the Sex and Abuse series, and today we're on video number 24, and I want to speak a little bit about saying no. And we're looking at our safe relationship training, and we're looking at our ability to build a safe relationship toolbox up, which is a set of tools that we have in order to keep us safe. And we build up these tools ourselves. We identify which tools we need to have in our safe relationship toolbox. And in doing so, we build up a set of skills, a skill base that we can use in order to create safe relationships in our lives and situations. So we have a type of personal development toolbox there ready for us to use in the future and in the present. So the more we use something, the stronger it gets. And that is the same for any gift. So the more we practice it, the more confident we become, the more empowered we become. And this is true when we look at the issue of saying no. And being able to say no is a very, very powerful tool to have in our safe relationship toolbox. Because if we don't feel as if we can say no, then we are always going to feel that we have to say yes every time someone asks us for something. And that includes whenever someone asks us for sex. So I'm going to link that today with sexual abuse, which is a potential outcome if we're not able to say no. And if a man or a woman believes that you're not able to say no, then they're going to push the envelope a little bit further, because they may have the impression that all they need to do is to give you a little bit of pressure, a little bit more persuasion, a little bit more guilt, so that you feel as though you have no choice but to say yes to this. Particularly if you need the validation of other people, men or women. And so being able to say no assertively, which means actually being able to respect the other person and yourself in that dynamic, is a very, very powerful tool to be able to have. It will help to keep you safe. It will help to keep you away from situations which are potentially dangerous, including sexual abuse. And there's quite a lot of pressure, sometimes subliminal pressure, put on us at the moment to sleep with whoever comes along and to not say no, because we fear as human beings being judged by other people, or being criticized by other people, or being believed to be unsexy because we're refusing sex and we're refusing to go along with someone else's agenda. And particularly if we know that we're going to be rejected because we're saying no, then we feel even more pressurized to go along with what they want, because we may want to keep them in a relationship. And if someone knows that that is the case, they may use that information in order to keep you on the hook, and in order to keep you coming back to give them more sex, because they know that you do not have the courage to leave. And they know that one of your hot buttons is rejection and being unable to walk away. So being able to say no and actually performing that action is a strong message to send other people. You're setting a boundary, you're asserting your own empowerment. And for some people, they don't like that. They will walk away. And you need to be ready for that. It's a really good idea to get comfortable with people walking away and saying no. And we also need to be comfortable with us walking away and saying no. We need to stand in our own power, which is our own assertiveness and our own self-belief, and making our own decisions about what we want to do, and not trying to get the validation from other people in order to make ourselves feel good about ourselves, because that leaves us open to other people coming in, helping themselves to what you have, and then potentially getting rid of you anyway. So I wanted to emphasize the ability to say no. And one of the key tips I can give you as far as being able to say no is to practice. Practice saying no. Practice it with friends or family or whoever, or at work or whatever it is. Wherever it is, practice saying no and get confident in doing that without self-doubt coming in afterwards, without feeling guilty. Once you realise that you have certain rights, and one of those rights is to be able to say no, then you will feel less guilty, because everyone has those rights as well. Everyone has the right to say no, particularly if it's something they don't feel comfortable with. So saying no can save you from potential sexual abuse further down the line, which may start out as a casual scenario, but it may end up as something a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more sinister, because we weren't able to say no in the beginning, and then we allowed ourselves to be groomed into that situation because we weren't able to say no and walk away. Then we need to encourage that gift within us to be able to say no, refuse the plan, take care of our own welfare, and have that tool safely in our safe relationship toolbox, ready for the future, and to remain confident in being able to do that also. So as always, stay safe and very happy. Bye-bye.